Incident at Moose Lake, UFO encounter. This by Jay O'Connell on Three Rivers News. A spectacular view. Anyone who lives or spends significant time in Three Rivers is well familiar with the view of Alta Peak on Moreau Rock. It's iconic. It's a coveted view, and furthermore, once someone points out one key feature, it's utterly elephantine in nature. But during late July, more than 65 years ago, it was a view with something far more remarkable to see than just an imaging pachyderm etched in the tree line. In his book 1955, The Flying Saucer Conspiracy, retired Major Donald Keyhole recounted how a giant ship had been sighted near the cherished elephant. The Keyhole wrote that a huge saucer had raced past Moreau Rock in Sequoia Kings National Park, its brilliant yellow glow lighting a nearby canyon. The book even claimed that the park superintendent himself saw this enormous UFO. In the article of the Fresno Bee reported on July 28, 1953, under the headline, Mystery Flashes in Park Baffles Officials and Visitors, and the most definite view of the light display was reported by Superintendent E.T. Scoyen, who said he and his wife were sitting on the terrace of their Ash Mountain residence when there was a streak of bright yellow light between them and Moreau Rock up the canyon. About 10 seconds later, he said a big yellow ball, about 1,000 feet in diameter, rose up from that point. The Bee report noted that the light had been also seen by residents in Visalia, a camper near Merton Creek above Hospital Rock, and by Mr. and Mrs. Sam Positeri of Three Rivers, who commented that the light seemed to drift down the canyon. The Visalia Times Delta also reported on what was described as resembling a ball of fire rolling near the rugged mountaintops of Sequoia National Park. The paper noted that the report had come from responsible persons, meaning credible people, but also opined that the phenomena such as these grip the imagination, that the theories regarded what causing them are as abundant as the stars in the universe. For several nights, several others saw the strange lights as well. Mysterious flashes, and as Keyhole later wrote, the huge machine as it streaked over the area. Three River residents and Ash Mountain Entrance Station Ranger Carl Bueller wrote a report concerning the appearance of a cigar-shaped air vehicle which appeared 4 days in succession and maneuvered around Moreau Rock. 4 days in succession. A local ufologist, Carl Bueller, for years after, would publicly speak out on the existence of UFOs, becoming a local expert of sorts on the subject. Bueller, a veteran of World Wars I and II and a former pilot, once described a UFO he and his wife witnessed in 1946. Near the Kiowa River, they saw a round disc-like object, almost immobile, with an undulating movement which hung there for 5 minutes. Bueller related how the golden glow of the object changed to a bright white light, which blinded us momentarily and then disappeared, and it went straight up, he said. The Three Rivers resident later became a member of the National Committee on Aerial Phenomena and was frequently a guest speaker at civic organizations throughout the area. In addition to his official duties as a park ranger in Sequoia National Park, Bueller served for years as a member of the Ground Observer Corps, logging and compiling sightings of any type of aircraft from the numerous fire lookouts throughout the 1,200 square miles of the park. Each week he would compile reports from these fire lookouts, together with sightings from his station in Sequoia, and forward this to the United States Air Force, which supervised and for whose benefit the Ground Observer operation was conducted. The sightings that occurred in Sequoia in July '53, including by the park superintendent himself, would undoubtedly have been among the most noteworthy Bueller ever forwarded to the Air Force. Both Carl Bueller and Major Donald Keyhole later claimed that the Air Force, being alerted to what was happening for several days that summer of '53, actually scrambled jets from a nearby airbase, and Kehoe, whose book argued that there was a long-going government cover-up of this UFO phenomenon, and generally the UFO phenomenon, wrote that, quote, through the Air Force, though the Air Force refused to admit it, interceptors were reported diving towards the low-flying giant saucer, end quote. Buehler noted, however, that this mysterious vehicle, the mystery flying saucer, as if warned by radar, quote, took off at fantastic speed and disappeared within seconds, end quote. It must have been quite a show to anyone in Three Rivers looking up at that view. A mysterious place. Not far from Alta Peak is a place that even today hikers say has a reputation for weird occurrences. Moose Lake is just east of the 11,343-foot high mountain in an area of stark and desolate beauty. The Alpine Lake is situated above the timberline at 10,500 feet, with vast open views of the Great Western Divide to the east. When viewed from the tablelands just to its north, Moose Lake is said to appear tilted, as if it couldn't possibly hold water. It's amazing. And you can see that in the picture. It appears tilted, but all right. Now, and the story that one contemporary hiker who himself once observed a stunning, unexplainable light show over Black Kiwa and Kiwa Peaks Ridge relayed to me recently, this is itself tilted, and I wonder if it really holds water. But it's not my place to judge. In the next installment of Sierra Paranormal, Story of High Strangeness continues. John Ullier of Three Rivers will meet an extraordinary out-of-this-world visitor who showed up not long after those mysterious lights appeared above Alta Peak and a huge saucer circled Moreau Rock back in the 1950s. The bizarre individual was encountered along the Wolverton Trail not too far from Moose Lake, and we'll examine the little-known case of the visitor, and we'll take a look at that later. This is on Three Rivers News by Jay O'Connell. And this is a picture of the Alpine Lake on Moose Lake. As you can see, it looks totally tilted. The Moose Lake picture and the background of backcountry of Sequoia National Park. And to me, this looks totally tilted. This is what they said was so weird about this place. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.